Okay. We're good. We're good to go. I forgot to set the stream up again. So we could get a few late people here, a few late comers. Or I'll just post on TikTok that we're live. Jordan, I'm not too bad. A little bit tired, but you know what? I'm good. I'm full of energy. I'm ready to seize the day. How are you, mate? Got a fairly longish day of streaming. So we got this one, and then we got both Super League games. But luckily I'll get a break in between the two before we go back to back. I'm just hoping that, first of all, the first Super League game is actually alright. And then the second one, Huddersfield vs Catalans, is half decent and not an absolute shit show like it could be. That's what I'm hoping. So, just posted everything to TikTok just so the stream schedule is up so people see it. This game is on Sky, by the way. I'm watching the back end of Dolphins vs Roosters, which is just another game I got wrong. The Dragons beating the Sharks. Someone even said it's raining, so therefore the Dragons are going to win. Someone commented that on the predictions video, so they just knew. I'm okay with the Brill win away at Wakefield. That was solid, that. Really, really solid. I expected Saints to win, but not that comfortably. Definitely not that comfortably. But it's, well, I was going to say it helps Warrington. It does help Warrington to a degree. I'm still adamant, well not adamant, but probably not going to make the 6. But if we are, or if we have any chance, that's going to help. Hull's probably going to get the win, but this weekend, better that Hull wins than Wakefield. So, it's a start. Seems like we're coming back in defence and attack now. Players with players coming back, absolutely. That defence has been really, really good the last few months at this point. The attack, kind of little bits of quality here and there. The attack still needs work for Saints, but it's getting there. It is definitely getting there. Just have to see. Wellesby's not back yet, is he? Or was he back this weekend? I didn't see. But I don't know if it'll be disruptive with him back in or better. I guess we'll see. I don't know if he was back. Sailor needs to stay at fullback. Would you move Wellesby to 6 and then who would be a 7? Would it be Lomax, Whitby and Bye? What would you do? What would you do personally? Back match fit but didn't play him for Wakefield? Fair enough. So yeah, what would you do there in the spine then? What would your go-to be? Live stream, Hull KR versus Castleford. What time's the game? What time is the game? 3, so that'll be starts at 2:45 PM. Okay, so we've got this one and then 2:45. So I'll be able to get some lunch in between. That's all right. Then Huddersfield vs Catalans. Can't wait. Live stream. Huddersfield versus Catalans. Starts at 5:15 PM. YouTube.com/@kinetic. RL. Bang. Okay, that is up and live. That's all done. There we go. You'd keep diagonal wing, move Wellesby to 6 with Murphy coming back. I would say him to centre. Maybe, I don't know, to be honest. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm thinking. Well, Sailor was brought in as the 6. I don't know. Probably keep Sailor at 1. Wellesby 6. Low. Mbai. I'd keep Mbai 7 actually. And then you got Clark at 9. You can always have Lomax as the 14. Because I think Mbai is the most stable option. Mbai kicking game is unreal at the moment, getting us out of some serious situations. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. He's nailing them right now. So, oh, I forgot to put that on. There we go. Let there be light. Let there be light. I can't believe this. I can't believe this is happening to the Dolphins right now. I can't believe it. And the Sharks lost earlier as well. That's great. Just typical. Tavita Naufahu. 2 tries on, not on debut, but for the young man. 64-10. Conversions. Sam Walker's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 conversions. Oh, there was a fight early on. 4 players got sin-binned 9 minutes in. Molo and Tawa, and then Lenu and White for the Roosters. I'm going to have to watch this game back, or as much as I can find anyway. Wakey fans last night after the game, it was all going off. Oh dear, like on social media, at the ground, stuff like that. There's a few idiots at the Halliwell Jones, like a few Wigan fans, like strolling through the street thinking that their shit don't stink. It was a bit, they just looked a bit stupid. Sorry, but Wigan does stink though. A little bit. It's a bit smelly. Trying to run us all over. Oh, bloody hell. Well, we got scared and we got run out of their own town. Well, some people do stupid things after sports games, don't they? Some stupid things. 30 seconds left. Can the Dolphins get a try before the game is done? Another one. So the Dolphins are still actually above the Roosters on points difference after this. Well, I've only got 2 wrong so far, so I'm happy with 6 out of 8 if I can get it. Just need the Titans to beat the Rabbitohs, and then I need the Eels to beat the Cowboys. We will see. Bulldogs take the win today. Hope so, Joshua. I have backed them, and I want my predictions to do well. So yeah, there is a poll in the live stream chat. Make sure you vote on that. On who you think is going to win. 52% say the Bulldogs are going to win. 48% say the Warriors. That's 25 votes right now, so get your votes in. I'll do a quick run through of the team list now, and then I'll do one more before we start. So, for the Bulldogs, in the backs they have Kiraz, Renakama, Cherry, Crichton, Tuala, Burton, and Galvin. In the forwards they have King, Marnie, Hughes, Kickout, Preston, and Salmon. On the benches, Mann, Hayes, Curran, and Hayward. So Luke Fafita is the 18th man. For the Warriors, in the backs they have Tarpiki, Wateni Zalesniak. I knew I'd mess up one of these. Tarpiki, Wateni Zalesniak, Pompey, Nickel Kluckstar, Tuivasa Shek, Harris Tavita, and Boyd. The forwards include Ford, Healy, Fisher Harris, Niokore, Capewell, and Clark. On the benches, Halasima, Martin, Vaimauga, Stower Smith, and 18th man is Lussick. Did you see the huge scrap for yellow cards? No, I did not. I saw the scoreline and the last 10 minutes. And I didn't see the scrap. I'll watch the match highlights, the extended highlights, and if I can get the full game back somewhere, then I'll watch it. Certainly unexpected. But fair enough for the Roosters. I need to see if it's like legitimate and stuff like that. PNG Vibe says Bulldogs 1-12. I think I went with that as well, personally. I forgot to do the Bulldogs 1 to 12, Bulldogs 13 plus, Warriors 1 to, like, the votes of the multiple outcomes for the NRL games. Forgot to do that. Lenu ran 30 metres into someone for a scrap and got dropped, and everyone just started going at each other, then 4 yellows. I can't wait. Sounds exciting. Going rogue, Bulldogs 13 plus. I think that's still possible. I think they've got more of their house in order compared to the Warriors. But I just think there's still potential issues. Galvin and Burton seem slightly more settled, but Kiraz at 1 isn't the same as Connor Tracy, but I think Kiraz is still reliable. Hello, Dingle. Good to see you. I trust Cherry and Crichton's defence. It's just maybe Tual and Renekama can get caught out in a few moments. I think the Warriors have the bigger pack, though, as well. They've got more impact. But defensively, that right edge defensively with Pompey and Wateni Zalesniak has been a bit of an issue. So that's something we'll have to see. Lenu's ego is massive for someone who wouldn't get into any top 5 Super League side. I think he would. Surely Lenu would get into a top 5 side. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the poll. Still 52% after 40 votes say the Bulldogs are going to win. I've gone with Bulldogs 1 to 12. If you've got an exact score prediction as well, do let me know. What do you think of the match yesterday? To be honest, Dingle, I'm disappointed, but I'm not mad or anything, because I think we played better than we've normally done. Still too many issues with, like, turning over the ball. Like, penalties, there wasn't that many, but a couple. Just dropping the ball as well. Like, there's still too many of the same old Warrington from this season in there, but I think some of the intent and some of the actual execution in attack was pretty good, and I'm positive all round with how we played, but there's just still too many moments of, like, typical 2025 Warrington in there. But even without Dufty, I think the attacking threat still looked really good. Danny Walker is such a huge help having him in the team. I still stand by the statement that I think he's the best hooker in Super League. People will say Ipape, people will say Litton, people might say Clark. That's fine. That's just my personal opinion. But we saw from yesterday the things that Walker can do just from nowhere, and some of his kicks as well. So yeah, Walker is such a massive help having him back in. But Williams, I thought Williams was great. So I think the overall performance was better than what we've seen typically this season, but we just making a few too many mistakes in possession. And I just sort of knew when we'd got that to 24-18 and we had last attack and we drop it on that final set, I just thought that's so typical. Of course we did. Of course we didn't go and score a late try to potentially have a kick to equalise. You know, of course we didn't put them under severe pressure. Of course we just dropped the ball and that was it. That was the end of the game. We just dropped it. Of course that was it. Because that's just been typical Warrington. You really like how Walker played, can't lie. He's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a player. I don't think he gets enough credit. Well, I didn't give it to the Wigan fans. So that can't be me. Can't be me. So we're about to get underway very, very shortly. So if you've got a vote for the poll that you've not done yet, let me know. Where can you watch the game? It's on Sky Sports Action. Well, that's a clean white kit for the Warriors. That's a very clean kit. Hello, Alexa. Welcome back. Got a fair few people here. The vote is now at 50-50. Interesting. Looks like a wet day there. It is wet and windy. Is it windy? No, it's just the strobe lights going back and forth. It's definitely wet, though. Sam Walker is the best rugby league player. 10 of 11 conversion, 3 try, assists, 7 line break assists. I don't know if he's the best. How was Warrington game? Didn't watch. It was half decent performance, but frustrating. I think is probably a decent summary. You'll see in highlights that genuinely think he's top 5 half in NRL. He might be. Just don't know for sure yet. I think we need to see a good run of games and probably next season as well. Winter in Australia looks worse than winter in England. I believe it is actually. Don't they get like a major change in climate? Like a massive change in climate over there? Or I'm not too sure. Okay, so we're a few minutes out. I will go through the team list one more time, and then we will get started in this game. So, in the backs for the Bulldogs, they have Kiraz, Rinakama, Cherry, Crichton, Tuala, Burton, and Galvin. The forwards include King, Marnie, Hughes, Kickout, Preston, and Salmon. On the bench is Mann, Hayes, Curran, and Hayward. So Luke Fafita is the 18th man. In the backs for the Warriors, they have Taupiki, Wateni Zalesniak, Pompey, Nicol Kluckstar, Tuivasa-Sheck, Harris DeVita, and Boyd. The forwards include Ford, Healy, Fisher-Harris, Niokore, Capewell, and Clark. On the bench is Halasima, Martin, Vaimauga, and Stowers-Smith. Lussick is the 18th man. Ratchet at fullback was stupid. Do you know what? I don't think he was too bad, actually. I think he was reliable. Not perfect, but I think he was alright. I still would have liked to have seen Kai Taylor-Ray, but I actually don't. I think Ratchford was alright. If Tedesco, Walker, Nwangani Tuaze, and Tupou was out for the Roosters, Dolphins would have won. So, well, you could wish. Morning, mate. Good win for the Pies last night. Yeah, it was solid. It was solid. Wigan felt very dominant through the middle. I think it wasn't their cleanest performance. A little bit of ill discipline. A lot of Wigan fans would say that Kendall was harsh with some of the calls, or a lot of the calls. I think most were fine, if I'm honest. But, yeah, Wigan felt pretty dominant with the carries. Every time Warrington had a carry, basically no post-contact meters. Every time Wigan had a carry, they'd always land on the front, or they'd punch through the line slightly, or they'd make post-contact meters. They'd always shift us. It was just really frustrating watching it happen. Pass out to Thulis. Went behind like him. Could have just passed to King. Well, it's difficult trying to break the line anyway, so... But we're underway. We are underway. It is absolutely chucking it down. Bulldogs in possession. King with the first carry of the game. So, if you feel like diving in from 20 metres out, you might just glide into the in-goal area. Next carry is going to be from Hughes. Just up towards the 20. That weather is awful. But we'll see who can handle it best. Who can keep hold of the ball. Because you do not want to be turned it over. You just got to complete your set to get to the kick. Hayward's actually starting. Burton will kick on the third tackle. I like this idea. It's taken on the full by Taupiki on his own 30. And up towards the 40. So they give the Warriors pretty good field position already. With Tenny Zalesniak with the next carry of this game. And possibly a finger in the eye maybe. Contact to the eye. That's 1 minute and 2 seconds gone and we've got a stoppage. Oof. That is a shoulder from Hughes. I don't know if he'll get penalised for that. Sam's on report. Minus 11.5. Okay. Yeah, it is chucking it down. So Sam Hughes is on report. Watendis Lesniak seems okay. If we lose tomorrow by Salford, it's still available. I think it's still available even if... yeah, it's still available for Hull FC. Well, they've got a tough run. Very tough run. So penalty for the Warriors. They are only 32 metres out. In centre field with Fisher Harris. So that's not Fisher Harris at all. Looked like him for a second. That's Clark. And there's going to be a mistake from the Warriors. Fisher Harris is claiming a strip, I think. They can challenge it. He's chosen to. What time's in your game thinking behind? It's 38-26. And the referee... It's about to switch to the challenge screen. I'll tell you when it changes to the... Now. The Captain's Challenge Bundaberg yellow screen comes up just now. Oh, yeah. That's a penalty. They could take 2 here. They could take 2. Preston, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I'm pretty sure they'll go for 2. Are they going to go for 2? I think they are. Nice to see it called. Nice to see it called. Defensive teams been getting away with it a lot in the ruck in the NRL lately. Fair enough. There are some stupid things that players do. I hate the fact that we can't just have normal rucks. Everyone's got to be like pushing someone's face into the ground or holding somebody's wrist. Like the attacking players holding a player's wrist so it takes them longer to get off, or just every little thing to hold somebody down. It's annoying. Just doing whatever they can to try and get away with an extra half a second to lay on the tackle. So, opening 2 points for the Warriors after Jacob Preston thought he could get away with some absolute bollocks. Pompey, to make it 2-0, the kick is good. That's going to be 2-0 for the Wires, mate. Right then. Should we get a trumpet? We've not had one yet. Not had many this weekend. It's hella annoying playing as well. Almost turning league into union. Yeah, sometimes. I do feel at least we can see the ruck is quicker in the NRL compared to Super League, though. If we could try and speed up the ruck in Super League, that would be a great start. If we could go for that. But we're so concerned about, you know, all the head contact stuff over here. It's, I don't know, everything kind of slows down. So back underway, the Warriors in possession over their own 20. Healy, now with Clark in centre field up towards the 30. Dragging a few defenders further up, and then they push him back slightly. So good defence there from the Bulldogs. And that is going to be 4 minutes gone. Third tackle. Carry there from Ford. Now with Taupiki on the fourth tackle, up towards halfway. So they'll get to the kick, going left to Harris DeVita. Under pressure from Hayward, but kicks towards the back left. Kiraz underneath it, and carries it over the 20 for the Bulldogs. Hello, Bridden. Good to see you, mate. How are we? Next carry from, I believe that's Tuala. Up towards the 30 for the Bulldogs. And the whistle's blown for a penalty for the Dogs. Didn't see what happened there, but that's from... Was that Healy? Let's have a look. Holding down. So kick into touch for the Bulldogs. They'll start a fresh set on the Warriors 40. Now with Crichton. Hands the ball off to Hughes. So about 35 metres out It's weird seeing daylight shining through your window. Well, that's what happens when you sort your sleep schedule out. In centre field with Hayward at dummy half. So now with Galvin, he will switch back to Jacob Kiraz. Arm around the neck, possibly from Ford. The whistle's going to be blown. Bulldogs can take the 2 and equalise. Completely makes sense if they do. I'd actually appreciate if they didn't. But if they went for 2, I wouldn't complain. Oh, Bridden, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. That is greatly appreciated for the donation. Thank you kindly. It is greatly appreciated. Hope you're having a great day, mate. Up the Giants. Well, I reckon, first of all, the Giants might get the win today. It'll be a tricky one. After what happened last time. But I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So the Cowboys, the Bulldogs. I saw the CBY on the name for the Bulldogs, and Cowboys came to mind then. But it's Canterbury. The Bulldogs will go for 2 to equalise. Crichton. I'll get this ready because he should get it. It's in front of the sticks, about 20 metres out roughly. So the kick from Stephen Crichton is miraculously, somehow, it's good. Can't believe it. Nailed it. Would you believe it? I can't. It's 2-2. I thought the CBY was Canterbury. So, I don't know. I saw it as like Cowboys, and I don't know, it just got me. You got me good, Odell. You got me good. So, we'll get back underway very shortly. Taupiki with the kickoff. Back underway with Tiny Taupiki. What are Cowboys NQL? Probably, actually. Probably. So we've had almost 8 minutes gone. Bailey Hayward at dummy half. We'll hand the ball off to Hughes. Over the 20. Hayward on his left to... Oh, it's now with Burton. Over on the 30. Who was that through? Oh, that was Salmon, actually. Now with Galvin, kicks from behind the 40. This might have the legs for a 40-20. No, distance was fine, but just it was kicking towards the back right. Taupiki took it on the full, up towards the 30 now. Now with Tuivasa-Sheck, over the 30. 8.5 minutes gone. Dallin with Tenny Zalesniak with the next carry up towards a 40. Thank you, Sammy Snake. Up towards the 40. 4th tackle for the Warriors. Left to Clark. Out the back to Harris DeVita. Capewell trying to push off Galvin when he's up towards their 40. Almost 9 minutes gone. Last tackle. Healy on his right to Tamale Martin. He already changed the lineup as well. It's taken on the full by Kiraz. God, that rain is awful. Absolutely awful. There's complaints from the Warriors players there about something. Not sure what for. Tuala with the next carry over the 20. Coming up towards the 30. Galvin on his right to Crichton. Jammed into by Nickel Clockstar. And that's going to be a penalty for the Bulldogs. You can't be doing that. There's back-to-back penalties in attacking sets for the Bulldogs. You can't be allowing that. So Galvin will kick into touch. So they'll start a fresh set from the halfway line. I saw that Nickel Cluckstar was on the show that Sean Johnson does, and they clarified his name was Nickel. It's Cluckstar. So the O is a U, basically, and you don't pronounce the D. So it's Cluckstar. Apparently. That's straight from him, so I'll try and maintain that. So just over 10 minutes gone. The Bulldogs on the second tackle. Left-hand side of the field up towards the 40. Now the 30 with Bronson Cherry. And a 6 again. This is not a good start for the Warriors. Well, the Bulldogs will take it. Ruck infringement, and they'll carry the ball just short of the 20. They'll play the ball in centre field. Hayward looks right, then goes left to Burton. Pops it up to Cherry. He's got kick out the back if he wants to use him. Well, kick out over on the left. Dummy half goes right to Burton. Now to Hayward. Cross to Salmon. Oof, that's a big hit there from Ford. He stopped 15 out. 11 minutes gone. Third tackle. Hayward scooting over the 10. The ball pops out. And that's going to be knock on from Bailey Hayward. So a bit of relief there for the Warriors. Bit of relief. They'll take that. They'll certainly take it. Well done, Fisher Harris. Smacking that ball out. Smacking it out. So scrum for the Warriors on their own 10. Tamari Martin will feed this ball into the scrum. Out the back and left to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, who takes it over the 10. Healy at dummy half. Now up towards the 20. And, sorry, it's a yard penalty for the Warriors. Excuse me. Hughes giving away a penalty. 12 minutes gone. The Warriors can work the ball out their own end now. Tamari Martin will kick into touch. Actually, who is starting? I might need to change this lineup at some point. Who is starting? There's Tamari Martin at 7. Oh, it's Freddie Lussick. Oh, for God's sake, it's Lussick. Healy's on the bench. Okay, I might have to change the graphic around a little bit. My mistake. Lussick at dummy half over on the left-hand side of the field. We'll come back towards the middle with Clark. Now to Martin. Near Corday over the 40. 3 more tackles in this set. Now Clark. Up towards the 30. Webby was playing mind games with it. They're catching me out. Harris to Vita. Stepping. Sean Johnson-esque. Martin kicks the ball towards the back right. Tuola is there. Collects it. Slides back towards the try line. Kiraz, only a few metres out, will hand the ball off to Bronson Cherry, who takes it up towards the 10. Yeah, I initially put in the team list from last night, but they've made changes, so I might have to swap things around. Next time we get a bit of a break, I'll change the team list. But Kiraz over the 20. Gets an offload as well. Burton will kick, actually, on the third tackle. 20-40 maybe, or 40-20. Oh my God. Oh my God. Matt Burton, you absolute beauty. How does he do it? How does he do it? He's belted that 25 out from his own try line. And that goes out basically at the 10-metre line. Oh my God. Play the ball for the Bulldogs. 10 metres out. It's with Hughes. Almost crashing over. My God, this guy's a freak with the boot. Honestly. Wow. King will play this ball about 8 metres out in centre field for Bailey Hayward. Go left to Salmon. Then Burton kicks the ball through towards the back left. Maybe too much pressure on it. Don't know if anyone... Or too much weight on it. I don't know if anyone got a touch to that, actually. Burton has a monster boot. Crazy how he never makes Origin or Kangaroos. Yeah, the thing is, like, he's a great player, and if he's in those squads, I don't think people would be too concerned. So it is touched by Talpika. It's a goal line dropout. But it's like, do you leave out... You can't leave out Moses or Cleary or Dearden or maybe Hines from this season either. So there's like a bunch of players that you just can't leave out. So it's out on the full from the goal line dropout, and that's going to be a penalty for the Bulldogs. Is your voice gone? It was a little bit from yesterday. I don't know if it sounds gone. Hang on, what's the... They want to challenge something that definitely went out on the full. What's... What's he complaining about? It just went out on the full... What do they want to challenge? That it bounced infield first? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Forgot to end this poll, actually. Sure, Burton has a Samoan granddad. Get him in. Samoa's got themselves a nice-looking squad, actually. I think with Harris DeVita improving this year, when's Leon Hayes back? He is fit. He's just playing in the reserves. I reckon he'll probably stay in the reserves for the rest of the season. Unless we can mathematically... Unless there's a point where we mathematically cannot make playoffs, I think Hayes will stay in reserves. And then he'll get a full pre-season. But it'll still be Sneed at 7, I think. Crichton to make it 4-2 is good. Right, can I change some of these names around? Do I have time? Do I have time? So it's... Is Boyd actually on the bench? Do you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The score will be updated, that's fine. Right, there we go. Sorted. I'm not going to worry about the team list. Hughes up towards the 20 for the Bulldogs. We're not making playoffs. It's still mathematically possible. I think Hull FC's got a tough run, and Wakefield, you just never know. I think Wakefield have the best chance of making it, but you just never know. Must be so deflating as a forward pack, as the Warriors did a great set just before that. Yeah, you put in... It must be so deflating any time you just put in a... Like, any time there's a penalty. Just thinking, all that work we just did, and you want to give away a penalty? Like, well, yeah, Dingle, that's why I think they've got the best chance of making it. You just never know, though. You just never know. So, Wateni Zlesniak returns the ball up towards the 20, bumping off 1 or 2. So, 4-2 lead for the Bulldogs. Talpiki with an X carry just short of the 30. To Varsashek. Over the 30. Plenty of run meters in the last few weeks. Hasn't he hit like 200 plus in the last 3 weeks or something like that? Harris DeVita. And now through the middle with Clark. Oh, no, that's Pompey. See, some actually just look the same, like from the wide out view. And like some with the same haircuts as well, like the mullets. But the ball ends up in the hands of the Bulldogs. $3.30 last week. Damn. So now shifting it left, it's with kick out. In centre field, Fisher Harris will bring him down. About 26 metres out. Not bad for a guy well into his 30s. Yeah, very true. So now with Galvin, shifting it right. There's a switch back for the Bulldogs here. Preston up towards the 20. 2 more tackles in this set. So no tries yet. But 6 points. Kick through from Galvin. Comes off Harris DeVita. I don't know if it was played out or not. Referee says it was played out, so that's going to be a fresh set of 6 for the Bulldogs, 15 metres out. Galvin now with Hughes through the middle. He's stopped 10 metres out. Hayward in centre field. Options left and right, goes right to Galvin. Just pops the ball up to Preston. Wraps up immediately though. And we're about to hit the end of the first quarter. Hayward over on the right hand side of the field. Now with Galvin. Pops the ball up to Hughes. That is, they're so dangerous, those passes, but when they come off, they can be so effective. So that is the first quarter done. 2 more tackles. Hayward goes left to Salmon. Now to Burton. Switches back to Bronson Cherry. Bit of room in centre field, maybe, if he can slip this tackle. Brought down 15 metres out. Last tackle. Hayward in centre field. On his right to Galvin. Engages the line. Kicks the ball through. Nicely weighted. Tuivasa-Sheck under pressure, tackled in goal. Nicely done from Galvin. Very nicely done. Tough question being thrown around while watching the stream, mate. Who was the better player, Cronk or Thurston? Thoughts of Cronk better 6, Thurston better player? Oh, that's a great question. I don't know if I watched enough NRL to really answer that. Trophies say Cronk, but sometimes that can be misleading because of the teams that he's had. That's a great question though, Adam. I've always thought that, keep in mind I've not watched NRL a lot when I was younger, but Thurston was always like the top dog. That's what it was always seemed like, is that Thurston was number one. So I will go with Thurston, but if somebody said Cronk, I wouldn't argue or complain because I don't know. So Hayward hands it off to Crichton on his right. He'll switch back to Jacob Kiraz. And there's an offload as well. King in possession up towards the 10. The stream's been a bit laggy for me. I don't know about anyone else, but Hayward goes left to Salmon. Out the back to Galvin under pressure. Slightly wayward, but in the hands of Bronson Cherry. Up towards the 10. Yeah, this is very laggy. I don't know if it is the same for anyone. 6 metres out. Plays for Hayward. Left of the sticks. He'll go short side left to Kickout. Steps. Slides over the try line. No double movement needed because it's basically impossible in this weather. You don't need it at all. Kick out with a try. Finally a try in this game. Nice little step there down the short side. That's going to be 8-2. I'm going to say that's okay. I'm going to definitely say that's okay for momentum. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm alright with that. Nah, that's alright. That's fine. 8-2 with the kick to come. This will be a huge kick as well. Tamari Martin's going off. Hopefully he's alright. Really poor injury luck over the last couple of years. Let's have a look. Yeah, but you ain't too far from us, Hull FC. Yeah, exactly. See, Warrington's still in the mix with Wakey and Hull FC. FC have a really tough run. Wakey is a little bit easier. I think there are 4 winnable games for Warrington this year. 4 winnable games. If we can get upsets against the others, then great. But we'll just have to see. It is doable. It's not impossible. There's still plenty of games to do it. It's just going to be very difficult to do. We might go above FC, just depends if we are consistent, which is doubtful. Crichton to add the extras as well. Go from beating leaders, top teams away, and then getting battered by bottom 3 teams at home. Yeah, it's an enigma. It's a weird one. The kick from Crichton is no good. The way the Aussie media goes on, you would think Galvin is leading the Dally M. I don't know. I think they've been a bit 50-50 on Galvin this year. You can see I'm an FC fan. Hopefully we do it. As we will have Price and Asiata back. Yeah, I think with those 2 back, that gives you a great chance. I think without those 2, it would be very difficult. It's still difficult anyway, but with those 2, it's much easier. FC have a good chance of top 6. They certainly do. What positions do you think Y needs to get next season? We need a centre. We've got plenty of props. We have plenty of props. I'd get one more prop possibly. But we've got plenty coming in. I'd get a centre. Yeah, a centre would do me. Or anyone that can play multiple positions in the back line. Somebody like a Zach Eckersley. We're not going to get Eckersley, obviously, but somebody like him. Like a young up-and-coming player that can play a few positions in the backs. Yeah, but we could do better than Wrench and Ty. I like Ty. I like what Connor Wrench can do. I like his pace. I'm okay with Lindop, but I think we need better options. Second row, actually, possibly, yeah. Yeah, maybe a second rower. We'll have Stone, and maybe we'll keep Matteson. There's talk of keeping Ryan Matterson. Well, we'll have to see. He looks really good. He looks really good. So, we'll see. The Warriors in possession on their own 10. 15 and a half minutes to go in the first half. 8-2 lead for the Bulldogs. Would you want Adam Pompey? He's okay, but I don't think he's going to set the league on fire. But to be fair, Tessie Niu wasn't like some elite centre, but he's been absolutely fantastic for the Leopards this year. Prediction on FC Salford game tomorrow. I went with like 36-6, but that was assuming Salford might have some regulars. Now it could honestly be like 70-0 plus. Would you take Crichton? Do I even need to answer that question? Just less than 15 minutes ago, ball comes loose from Kiraz. Kiraz trying to argue back, but referee's having none of it. That ball kind of pops out. I don't know. That's maybe a bit harsh there. So 14 minutes to go. Lussick over on the left of centre field. And we got a player down here. We got a player down. Clock is stopped on 13:49. Want to hear your prediction on the Hull FC game tomorrow? Well, I think it's kind of... It's possibly a bit pointless now with all the... with who's going to be playing. Basically, none of the regulars. Well, there'll be a few, but the regulars will be the kids. Kids. But if the squad is as light as we think it might be, if it's anything like what Saints played in round 1, you're looking at least a 50-point win. And probably should be more than that. Especially if they've got Price and Asiata back in there. So, that hit... who was that? Who was that? Halasima. Okay, Halasima's off for HIA. Excuse me. What's Morgan Gannon like as a player during the Warriors? Solid, pretty reliable, fairly strong carries. Seems alright defensively as well. Yeah, just solid all round. He's not like a star player. He's not going to do ridiculous stuff, but he'll get stuck in. He'll do some hard work. So, Harris DeVita, short of the 20, will play this ball for Lussick. Now is Stour Smith. What's your prediction of tomorrow game? Did I not just say, Joshua? Did I not just say it's going to be a battering? Have I not said twice? It's now with Taupiki, shifting back towards the middle. Stopped 19 metres out. Last tackle for the Warriors. They'll go left to Harris DeVita. Chips towards the back left. I need to yawn. This is not a great assignment. It is collected by Kiraz. Can't believe he was 2 off the correct Y score. Yeah. I was close with the Seagulls and Raiders score as well. So close. It's like Warrington, if you're not going to come back, at least just miss the kick. You know what I mean? Like, just at least. There's Matt Shaw from All That Rugby League got the exact score for the Leeds Wakey game, actually. Not Leeds Wakey. Who the hell did Leeds play? Who did he play? What? Sorry, this is gonna bug me. Lee versus Leeds. That's what I was thinking of. Right, there we go. Sorted. We're Tennis Lesniak with possession up towards the 30. Just about to be 12 minutes to go. Nickel Kluckstadt takes it over the 30. Coming up towards the 40 now. Lussick now with Who is that? Who the hell is it? I just don't know some of these numbers because I messed up the team list and stuff. So, anyway, doesn't matter. Kiraz on the 20. Brought down by 3 defenders. Burton at dummy half. About to be 11.5 minutes to go. Rinakama. That's a tough hit up towards the 30. Second tackle, Galvin. Now with Tuala. Over the 30. It's 8.2. You score wrong. I don't know what you mean. Unless you're just playing a little joke. So kick towards the back left. Tuvasashek takes it cleanly. Hands it off to Taupiki. There's an arm around the neck there from Hayward. But Taupiki is dragged back. Just less than 11 to go. Wateni Zelezniak with the next carry. His score says it. Yeah, it says 8-2. And a mistake from Dallin. Were you all the way back to where it says 4-2? Warriors don't have a good record with Super League players coming over, considering how well our New South Wales Cup and lower grades have been. Doing retaining our players would be more priority. Fair enough. We refuse to speak that useless fullback we got from Super League. I think you're talking about Sam Tompkins there, who, based on a podcast I listened to, was not happy with how things were being done at the Warriors. So, and he comes from a Wigan system that knows how to be professional, and he was not happy with what the Warriors were doing. So, given that Sam Tompkins, prime Sam Tompkins, there's not many better players that we've had in Super League, honestly. So, I will defend Tompkins actually on this occasion. Crichton is not in a good way right now. Something with his ankle, top of his foot. So, right to Crichton. He's good to go, but it's a wayward pass out the back. Collected. No, it's not. It's knocked on by the Warriors. Collected by Bailey Hayward. What was your prediction, my bad? I think it'll, given that the Salford should have a bunch of kids, and it might be similar to what they had against Saints in round 1, it's likely going to be a battering. Hull FC should win by at least 50, if not more. Hayward on his left. Now shifting it left to kick out. Stopped about 13 metres out. Pretty sure it's stopped raining. Or if it's not as bad as it was, it might still be raining slightly. But they are shifting it right. Stopped 19 metres out from the try line. Now a Galvin down the short side right. Across to Crichton. Good hands with Kiraz. Tuala stopped near the touchline. Fourth tackle. Crichton. With Galvin on his left. Down to Hayward. Out the back to Mann. Burton. Cherry with a 2-on-1 possibly. In the corner. That is beautifully done. Just really good hands. Really nice. Really smooth. That's another try for the Bulldogs. Way too many mistakes for the Warriors in this game. Too many penalties. Too many drop balls as well. But, yeah, the Bulldogs have been pretty clean. A lot of territory. A lot of great field position. That was smooth. Very smooth. Yeah, smart there from Rinakama just sliding in. Very smart. 12-2 with a kick to come. Yeah, I'd imagine it would be... Hull FC are basically going to be at full strength. I think you guys might need the points difference too. Let me just look at the ladder real quick. You guys are only plus 24. So, I mean, because of that draw you had against Leeds earlier in the season, it's likely that mathematically it wouldn't be down to points difference, but you guys need as many points as possible. You're on plus 24, Wakey's on plus 130. So you guys really need to just get as many points as you can. Because if there is a draw in there at some point, and it makes things, level again, then you need the points. I think game over. Might be time to be nasty like the other teams. 2 weeks for a broken leg and a key player is worth it at this time of the season. Yeah, just get nasty. 7 minutes to go. Crichton was unable to convert last time near the touchline. This time around, the kick looks better. Sneaks it in. That's going to be 14-2 for the Bulldogs. There we go. Referring to Kafusi's getting 2 weeks for breaking Laban's leg last week. I didn't actually see that. I didn't actually see it. My bad. Six minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. Back underway. Taupiki with the kickoff. Corrant loses the ball backwards though. Kiraz collects. One of the worst cannonballs you'll ever see. I'll have to go back and look. Next carry up towards the 20 for the Bulldogs. Need to go on again. I'm so sorry. Man through the middle. Hayward at dummy half. Right to Galvin. 40-20 possibly, or is that just staying in field? Yes, it is. So off the foot of Taupiki, pops up nicely for him to collect. Just over 6 minutes to go, carries up towards the 40. Not a bad place to start the set here for the Warriors, but can they actually do something and put some points on the board? I can't remember what my exact score prediction was. But I could do with a Bulldogs win and a 1-12 would be nice. I went with 22-14 to the Bulldogs, with Kiraz anytime try scorer. So, that basically means either 2 tries, no conversions for the Bulldogs, plus 2 tries, 2 conversions for the Warriors, or that for the Warriors and 1 try, 1 conversion, and a penalty for the Bulldogs. So, it's on, but we'll see. Left to Harris DeVita towards back left. Underneath it is Kiraz, takes it cleanly. The rain is coming back down again. It eased up slightly, but not looking great again. Now with Tuala. 15 metres out from his own try line. Galvin on his left to Crichton. They going for a shot here maybe? No, he's just going to straighten up and take the carry. Third tackle, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Hayward on his right to Kiraz. 25 out from the try line, or from their own try line. Hayward then goes left to man. Now Burton. Kick out up towards the 30. Gets an offload to Burton. Shifting back towards the right. Possible obstruction there, so he's just going to surrender. Oh, okay. Player taken out off the ball, maybe? Okay, penalty for the Bulldogs. That went from nothing to something. Interesting. Warriors will challenge this. Okay, interesting. Interesting call. So yeah, challenge unsuccessful, so they've lost that one. Helps every time the Bulldogs drop the ball, it goes backwards, absolutely. So penalty for the Bulldogs. Burton into touch, and then it's going to be Curran with the first carry of this set. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first half. 5 penalties against the Bulldogs, 3 for the Warriors. Or that's 4, sorry. And 1 set restart for the Bulldogs. Oh, yeah, good point from Vossi there. Looks like Crichton at fullback and then Kiraz in the centres. Possibly. Galvin plays for Hayward in centre field. Left to Burton. He's going to straighten up, take a carry up towards the 20. They could try and go for 1 here. I don't know if it's possible with what the ground's like, but 1 would make it a 13-point game. Chip over the top from Galvin. Kiraz is chasing, and that's batted over the dead ball line by Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. 3.5 minutes to go. That's going to be a goal line dropout. Beautifully weighted kick there from Galvin. He's just settling in more and more each week. Looking more and more comfortable. But I think even since he came in to his first game, he's like just having a go. He's not afraid to like try something. If he likes the look of it, he will have a go. Which I do like about his game. He's not afraid to try things. So goal line dropout. Crichton hands the ball off to, excuse me, Hayes. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. It's with man in centre field over the 20. Now 15 out. Make it 12 or 13. Hayward. Left to Curran. Over the 10. Bit of room to run here. Stop 4 metres short left of the sticks. 2.5 to go. Third tackle. Hayward looks left to kick out. Try scorer earlier. First one in this game. Just held up, I think. Or is he going to have to play it short? Might just play it short. Hayward on the 4th. Now with man. Falls over. Still gets the ball off to Galvin. Then across to Crichton. He switches back towards the middle. Crichton sizing up the defensive line. Drags a few defenders up towards the 10. Bulldogs can extend the lead just before half time. And it's a 6 again, is it? 6 again. Kick out almost in. A metre short the line. Left of the sticks. A minute 45 to go. Another 6 again. Hayward. Left of the sticks goes right to man in centre field. Right to Galvin. Across to Crichton. Are they going to have a go on this one? Across to Tuala in the corner. Great finish. Great movement. Nicely done. Almost an interception from Tuivasa-Sheck, but that is a beautiful cut-out pass from Crichton. I think it was Crichton anyway, but that is nicely done. Considering the weather that they're playing in right now, they've moved the ball around extremely well. Galvin out the back to Crichton. Bullet pass across. Great cut out to Tuala. In the short space, gets the ball down. Beautifully done. B-E-A, beautiful. 18-2 with the kick to come. $38-2 final score? Maybe. Maybe. So, 25 seconds to go. The clock is still ticking. So, this conversion will be the last thing of the half. Crichton unsuccessful with the first one. Successful with the second, both from the touchline, and now this is the opposite side. Crichton's hit 30 for 36 at Accor Stadium. Go on, Stephen, lad. Get it done. I dare you. I dare you to convert this. The kick from Crichton is... It's good. As cool as you like, baby. As cool as you like. 20 points to 2 at half-time. The Warriors just have... It feels like nothing in this game. Everything they're doing just results in a mistake. There's no, like, line break potential. There's no potential of a quick play of the ball or post-contact meters. It just feels like they're not getting anything. And I don't mean, like, the referee's not giving them anything. I just mean, like, they're not making things happen. Who do you think will win the grand final in Super League and NRL? I still think Wigan. Just because of the guys they've got. Like, in a grand final situation, just think about how many guys have been in that situation. Bevan French in a grand final. Jay Field in a grand final. The forwards they've got. I mean, if it's Wigan versus KR, KR can still get the win. Like, if KR win the grand final, I'm not going to be surprised. But I think just with the experience Wigan's got and the quality, if they go into it, like, basically injury-free, it's hard to look past Wigan. But it depends on how they're looking going into it. I still think Leeds and Lee are an outside chance. Saints are getting there. Defensively, like, their defence is good enough to win them a grand final. But the attack needs to improve a little bit more to, like, really be contenders. So it depends on what Saints' attack looks like over the next few weeks. But their defence is good enough to do it. So actually, the top 5, I think the top 5 are all capable. Genuinely. But I think Wigan mostly, if I'm honest. I think any team could win it because KR haven't been playing great recently, and same with Wigan. I think KR's been fine. They had that blip. Well, they had 2 tough games when they lost. It was against Lee and Leeds. But they're 2 tough games. Raiders-Panthers grand final. A very fiery one that Raiders win. I think there's 4 teams that make the grand final. My 4 favourites are the Raiders, Panthers, Storm, and Bulldogs. They're my favourites for the grand final. If the Panthers do make the grand final, it's actually really hard to look past them. Same, basically, with what I said about the Warriors, about Wigan. Like, they've been there, done that. They've got the guys to do it. Cleary is playing out of his skin right now. Defensively, they're incredible. So, I don't know. It's tough to call. We'll have to see how the Storm deals with things without Hughes. And it depends when he comes back in as well. The Raiders need to stay fit and healthy. I think if they can improve defensively, that'll be a good sign. The Bulldogs, I think the Bulldogs have just a little bit too much inconsistency right now. But if they can clean that up, then they're on for it. Can't wait for Wyatt to sign Cleary. The thing is, I still think that's possible because of all the rumours about, you know, his partner playing for Manchester City. Wyatt is Warrington Wolves. That's my team in Super League. Just the nickname for the club. I think there's a few clubs that have a realistic chance of signing Cleary if he was to come over. That would be... Wigan would have a realistic chance, but again, as Radlinski said, do they want to move on from Smith? You know, he even talked him up. But there's Wigan, there's Warrington, there's Saints. Any of the whole teams. Leeds, and would Lee go in for him? I think they'd be happy with Lamb at 7, honestly, but I don't know. Cleary go to Super League. Yes, please. Yeah, we'll take him. Do you think Burgess should stay for next season? I would say yes. 1 more year is fine. Whether he's going to extend beyond that, I don't know. Next year might be definitely his last year. But as I've tried to be as, I don't know what the word is, but I tried to think as much as possible about the kind of season that we've had. And I'd say to any Warrington fans, look, we've been poor defensively. There's no question about it. Defensively, we've been poor. Offensively, we've been stale. But you think about the injuries that we've had. I think we had a full team basically the first few weeks, but Leyland was our 7, who is poor defensively, and his kicking game was not great. George Williams was on the kicking a lot, and his kicking game, it's not good. George Williams' kicking game is not good. Fair I say it's bad. So, Dufty's had stints out. Ashton's been out for basically nearly all season. Wrench has had stints out. Ty's now out for the season. He's been out for a few weeks and months at this point. Lindup's been out. Who else? Williams has been out a couple weeks, I think. There's been points where we haven't had Sneed. He's our best 7, so we got Sneed later into the season, but after a few weeks. But he's had stints out. I think Vaughan might have had stints out. Harrison's been out. Fitzgibbon's been out. Holroyd is out. Did I mention Ty? I think I mentioned... Yeah, I did mention Ty. But yeah, we've had... Walker's been out. Like, we've had a ton of injuries. An absolute ton of injuries. And we cannot get a settled team. Last week was the first time that I can remember that Dufty, Williams, Sneed and Walker all played in the spine. So, yeah. Nearly as bad as the Warriors? Yeah, it's been really bad. So we cannot get a consistent spine. So what I'd say to Wire fans for next year is we get all our players back in, fresh pre-season. There's a great chance that next year's injuries are nowhere near as bad as this season. Because it wasn't bad last year. It was bad for Saints last year, but it's been fine this year. It was relatively fine. So for Warrington, it might be fine. Ty is useless. Lindup has 50-50 games. Williams is usually good. Vaughan hasn't been good this season. Harrison is useless. Walker is good. Ashton is the GOAT. Ty is useless. I wouldn't say he's useless. I don't think we use him in the right way. When we try and spread the ball, we get him making up the meters and a bit of power. He's fine. I think some of his carries have been really lackluster. He's just not put much effort into some of the carries. But maybe next year, a better season. We'll see. Lindup is 50-50. I'm fine with that. I would say 50-50. Williams is usually good. I would say Williams is usually good. He's sort of let down by the attacking structure. He's forced to do a lot by himself. I think whatever Gleeson is trying to cook up in attack just isn't really cutting it right now. Like, we are so predictable. The shapes are unbelievably predictable. I remember, like, reading stuff about Williams and Gleeson. Like, they're always texting each other about ideas they've got and stuff they can do in, like, the middle of the night. It hasn't done anything this year because they're unbelievably predictable. You just know who the ball's going to. Do we need to change the depth? Do players need to be deeper in the line? Do they need to be, higher in the line? Do they need to be closer? Do we need to stretch the play a bit more? I don't know, but need more variety in what we're doing because it feels like we're doing the same thing every week. Vaughan, I think Vaughan's had a good year. I think he's been okay. He's been the only prop that's given us any real punch because Yates ain't doing it. Completion rate's been pretty good. 23 of 25 for the Dogs. 11 of 12 for the Wars. 19 missed tackles for the Warriors. Damn. Harrison looks pretty big going into the season, but he just doesn't do it for me. He's a big guy, but players just get him by the legs and he's down. It just doesn't do it for me. As soon as he makes contact with the wall, he's stopped. So it doesn't bother me if he's gone. You think the Warriors would be in fourth spot if they didn't lose Metcalf and Barnett for the season? Yes, because there's a few games you guys dropped. A few games that the Warriors dropped because of the changes in the lineup. So I think the Warriors could easily be in the top 4. I've still got a little bit of hair just sticking up. Power play. Howdy. Hope you're well. Leg driving movement is key as a forward if you want to bend the line, even if you are a big guy. Yeah, the thing is, they're getting by the legs, and that's it. We've got like Luke Yates as well. He's playing prop for us. He was a 13. I believe he used to be at the Knights. He hits the defensive line. He's done. He is done. The moment there is contact with the line, that's it. That's where he's playing the ball. There's no post-contact meters. There's no landing on his front, like punching through 2 defenders, landing on his front, quick play the ball. No, the moment he hits the line, he's done. Like, Philbin's got some strong carries in there. I don't see many props run harder than Philbin. He runs like Nathan Brown, basically, for those that don't know. He runs like Nathan Brown. But like Nathan Brown, he doesn't get anywhere. Runs hard, but he doesn't make the extra meters. Vaughan is the only one that drags players. Harrison has done it sometimes, but we need guys that can punch holes. That's why we got Pangai Jr. coming in next year. Liam Byrne could do that. And I'm not sure if we've got one more or not. I feel like we might do. But I don't know. Philbin had such good potential and it turned out that way. Yeah, he had a lot of potential. I do like Philbin just for his impact runs. I think the strength that he runs with could be good off the bench to try and do a bit of damage. When defenders are knackered, he could do some, he's got some strong runs in him. But it's not making extra meters beyond that. Like, when I watched this against Wigan yesterday, every carry, like, I can't remember a time where we made significant post-contact meters. Yet I watch Wigan, it's from Havard, it's from bloody Sam Walters, who's a kid. Like, he's tall, but he's skinny. But he still makes meters or lands on his front. It's from Mago, it's Dupree. Am I missing someone here? I probably am. But every one of Wigan's forwards, they're just constantly dragging us further up the field. You don't like Sam Walters? Alright, why's that? Can you try doing the hacker? Probably not. Probably not. Please don't. I wasn't intending to, don't worry. I think Sam Walters is an annoying wind-up merchant. Okay. Okay. Is there anyone that thinks that the Warriors are going to come back and win this one? Anybody? Anyone want to put their name on that? Whenever we're going to get him battered, he gets mad and tries to start fights. I didn't really notice that, personally. Didn't really notice. Pangai Jr. has discipline and motivation issues. It seems like it. Hope he reaches his potential, though. Yeah, I think he's looked a little bit more relaxed for Catalans this year. The hope is always, you got Sam Burgess as the head coach and, props want to play for him and stuff. Because he's been there and done that. So you'd want to play for him, but yeah. Maybe we'll get the best out of Pangai Jr. next year. We will see. We will see. Right, so we're about to get back underway. So the table right now is the Bulldogs are 2 points behind the Raiders. Warriors 6 points behind the Bulldogs in 5th. Okay. So we are back underway. I didn't even put the halftime thing up, but we are back underway. One realistic transfer for every Super League club. I'd have to do that after the game, honestly. I think it'll take too long to think about it. Stowers Smith, with the next carry for the Warriors, takes it over the 20 up towards the 30. Well, Ismac really says that the Warriors can do it, but you say that every game. But they can do it. I think they've got the guys to do it, but this is against a very strong Warrior side, and that is going to be a penalty for the Warriors starting this game. Good start. Harris DeVita will kick into touch just behind the 40. So fresh set for the Warriors on halfway. They'd love to get some early points. Now with Pompey, he will tap and go up towards the Bulldogs 40. First minute gone in this game. Warriors in great field position now. Ford coming up towards the 30. If the Warriors can get 2 in a row, it's certainly on. And early as well. They'll play this ball in centre field. Shifting the ball left. Harris DeVita will go out the back to Tani Taupiki. Over the 20. Do you know who I can't wait for? Keanu Kinney. I cannot wait for Keanu Kinney to get back to playing. I don't know when he's fit. But if he's playing in the Pacific Championships again, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. He is my absolute favourite in the NRL. And there's a kick. Charge down from Bailey Hayward. He's got room to run. Oh, just go for it, Bailey. Just go for it. Bailey. Back in the hands of the Warriors. What are you doing? Found his channel when looking for some Aussies to hassle after that poor half. Hope for some improvement. Well, I'm glad you found me. He's like, oh, he's a pommy. I can't really talk shit now. So just a few minutes gone. We've got another penalty for the Warriors. They'll kick into touch and start a fresh set about 30 metres out. Maybe like 26. Pompey will tap. Hands it off to Nickel Kluckstadt. And then it's with Ford. Taking it up towards the 20. I'm glad you're here anyway. It's always nice to get new people in here. Lussick will shift the ball left. Now the Warriors in centre field. Only about 15 metres out. 2.5 minutes gone. Shifting it right. Harris DeVita, then Taupiki. He will switch back and they'll carry the ball over the 10. About 3 or 4 metres out. Now in centre field, off to Stowers Smith. Stop 3 metres short. 3 minutes gone. Fourth tackle on left of the sticks. Shooting it left to Harris DeVita. Kicks the ball through. It is collected by the Bulldogs. It was a bit of a mess, but Galvin will keep hold of the ball. There's a scoot there from Crichton near the right touchline. Over the 10. Galvin now with Tuala. Up towards the 20. Strong hits there. Would hope the Pommies beat the Kangaroos at the end of the year just to see their media's faces. I hope we beat the Aussies just because there are a lot of people that are really precious about the NRL and like it being the better competition. Over here, we admit, we know the grassroots are better. It's quicker, it's stronger, faster, more intelligent. Everything about it is better. But some people are really precious about it. So I'd like to win just for that reason. Because I think we don't get enough credit over here. I think we're better than people give us credit for. But I just want us to show that. Even if I think we could lose all 3 games, but I think in all 3 games we could still be competitive. And that's just what I want to show, is that it's not an easy ride. That's all I want. So I'm okay with it being 3-0 to Australia. But I want to show that we're capable of more than they think we are. So 4 minutes gone, there's another stoppage. This is a carry from Wateni Zalesniak, and that is, was that a loose ball? Shoulder to the head. Remember some of the media on NRL 360 saying England were tier 2 this year? In what sense? Like a tier below? I think that makes sense if they mean like a tier below NRL. I get that. Or do you mean like, squad quality is of a tier 2 nation? A tier 2 nation. Well, they don't know. Fortunately for them, they don't know our players, so I'll just put it down to ignorance. Last tackle for the Warriors, 25 out. They will go right to Harris DeVita. Plenty of height on this one. So come down on the 10. Collected by Kiraz, or it is not backwards. Collected by kick out. Put into touch. Warriors play the ball. Yeah, it is really insulting, actually. Considering we were dominant against Tonga in all 3 games and dominant against Samoa in all 2 games, like, it's 5 games against 2 tier 2 nations with strong NRL players in there, and we were dominant in all 3 games. Does that not put us a level above that? I know that Samoa were missing some key players, but does that not put us a level above? So left of the sticks, whistle is blown. They'll have to play the ball again. Tonga nearly beat the Kangaroos last year. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Katoa was great in the Pacific Championships last year. He was quality. Lolohea as well had a pretty good campaign. But the squad that Tonga can have, after the young guys like Lehigh Hapuate as well in there, he could be really something. Shifting it left now, Taupiki is just going to go himself. He stopped 5 metres short of the line. 5.5 minutes gone. Third tackle. Over on the left, they'll come back towards the middle now with Harris DeVita. Shifting the ball right. Bit of room on the right maybe, but it is wayward. Collected by Nickel Cluckstar. And he's going to get stopped by Matt Burton. So next carry from, is that Viamalga? I think so. Up towards the 10 again. Last tackle for the Waz. Right of centre field. Now with Harris DeVita, will kick just past the posts. Collected by Crichton nice and cleanly. Bit of room to run as well up towards the 10. And that's more pressure that the Bulldogs deal with. So the Warriors aren't looking particularly exciting right now in possession. Did you not know England had Whitehead both Tonga and Samoa? Well, who knows? Who knows? I think there's a lot of Aussies that look at the England, like the potential England lineup and say, well, because it's not full of NRL players, then it's obviously not good enough. But it's like, well, they don't know about Harry Smith. They don't know about Mikey Lewis. They don't know about Darryl Clark or Danny Walker. Or they don't really know about Jack Wellesby. Like, they don't know about these guys. Which is fine. They'll find out. 7 minutes gone. Last tackle. Hayward will go right to Galvin. Kicks from halfway. And it's a knock-on from Tuivasa Sheck. Not a good day for the Warriors. Wellesby's such a hunchback. He's beautiful in his own way. So, mistake there from the Warriors. Warriors' best player knocks on. Not a good sign, is it? Not a good sign. So, at the back of the scrum, Crichton will switch back to Bronson Cherry up towards the 10. And a reminder to people, I'll be streaming the 2 Super League games today as well. I can't remember what time they're on. I actually can't remember. 6 again for the Bulldogs though. Only 10 metres out. Kickout in possession over the 10. So Hull KR versus Castleford at 2:45 and then Huddersfield versus Catalans at 5:15. That's UK time. Add on 9 hours for Canberra. Four set restarts for the Bulldogs, none for the Warriors. Just left of the sticks, Hayward will go right to Mann. Shifting it right now to Crichton, kicks the ball through. Hits the legs of a Warriors player, but is collected in front of the try line. Is that a knock-on from the Warriors? Let's see. Was it a knock on? Ooh, elbow to the face from his own teammate. Ooh. Oh, yeah, knock on from Kate. Well, that's fair. Imagine being in the same competition as them for 30 years. The chip on my shoulder is massive. At least I follow Union more than League. Oh, right, fair enough. Scrum in centre field. Hayward goes left to Crichton. Fakes the switch back twice. Goes himself. I just... What can I add? Stephen Crichton is an absolute freak. An absolute freak. This guy. He was good at the Panthers, but in the last 2 years, he's just elevated. Just absolutely elevated to a whole new level. Stephen Crichton is a hell of a player. 24-2. What's he just done? He's fended off like 2 players and then just strolled into the back left corner. I'm sure they have, Sam. I'm sure they have. It's again, that's slightly more realistic, but I don't believe you. Just because it comes from you. Born in Samoa, across the road from my house. Oh, nice. Hello again, Alexa. Hello. Burton to add the extras. I've got a question for you, Damus. I assume it's Damus. So, you're a New Zealander, right? So, I believe Ponga is eligible for New Zealand. I've been thinking about eligibility recently because there's a lot of talk around it. A lot of talk about eligibility. First of all, the kick, by the way, from Burton is... Oh, it's off the post. It's no good. So, I would do something where every cycle, so every 4 years, you select your nation that you play for. Whatever you're eligible for. So, for example, you're a New Zealander, Samoan, born in Fiji. If I was any good, I would be eligible for 4 nations. Fair enough. So, let's say Ponga, if Ponga set his nationality as Australian for a 4-year cycle. So, let's say you got the World Cup next year, and then the cycle starts after that. So, 2027, 28, 29, and 30 is the cycle. He says that he will play for Australia, which means he's therefore eligible for State of Origin. But then after that next cycle, let's say he says he wants to play for New Zealand, he can then play for New Zealand for those 4 years, and that's locked in, but he cannot play in State of Origin. Thoughts on anything like that? That's personally what I would do. Like Hamaso Tabai Fidau, he can say he's Australian now, that's locked in until the end of this cycle, and then next year he can say he's Samoan, but he cannot play in State of Origin. So if you say you are Australian by nationality, if you compete for Australia nationally, then you can compete for State of Origin, because you've chosen them as a nation as well. But if you don't choose them as a nation, then you can't play in State of Origin, because they are Australian states. So that would mean Crichton would miss out as well, and a few others. But it just makes sense to me. And like Radley could do the same. He could say he's English for that cycle and then go back to Australia. He could then be eligible for New South Wales or wherever he's from for that cycle. Tuvasa Shek with a great carry up towards a 40. Just say eligible because you never stop being Australian or Samoan. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it'd be eligible for those nations. So like you could play for New Zealand for 4 years, but if you want to, represent Samoa at some point, after that 4-year cycle where you've committed to New Zealand, you then play for Samoa. And if you want to do Fiji after that, you could do Fiji after that. But it's locked in for 4 years, so we're not back and forth constantly. Right, so I'll get back to the game. So, penalty for the Warriors, actually. 13 minutes gone. 27 minutes to go in this game. Penalty for the Waz. What about Samoan born and raised in Queensland? Their hearts with Queensland, but nationality Samoan. Well, that's the thing. So, if you're eligible for Queensland, surely you'd be eligible for... I don't know. Maybe there needs to be some changes on how you're eligible for state of origin. I think if your dad's played in state of origin, I don't think that's a reason. Personally, I think if you are born in that state, lived in that state, or started rugby league in that state, that is your origin of your rugby league career. Just because your dad played in it, I don't think that counts. There's 26 minutes to go. 26 minutes and 10 seconds. In front of the sticks. Trying to crash over. The Warriors really need some points soon. And we've got a stoppage here. Is that another shoulder into the head? Ooh, that's a forearm. Into the schnoz. Into the schnoz. Clear rules would be good. They certainly would be. Shifting it right now. Harris DeVita hands the ball off to Niokore. Smashed backwards. Next carry through centre field. 10 metres out, in between the sticks. Healy engaged the line, kicks the ball through. Chance here for Healy. Ooh, that grounding looks dodgy, but he might have it. Try is given. Try is given for now. Do want to see the grounding again, but I think that's going to be okay. They just needed anything. They just needed anything. Sonny to River to Catland Dragons. Hugo to Savala to Lee. Stephen Crichton to Saints. Good effort. Good effort. What is it with the UK being 4 nations when it comes to selections? I don't know. There's some players that are Irish that are from Northern Ireland that can be selected for. I don't know. It's 24 and a half minutes ago, Dingle. With Great Britain, I think you can select players from Northern Ireland. But we don't normally do Great Britain because basically all the best players are English. So, yeah, second half, Dingle. There are a few Scottish players that could get in the team. So, Bailey Hayward. Bailey Hayward is Scottish. Well, not Scottish heritage. He was part of the Scottish World Cup squad. So Bailey Hayward could play if you did Great Britain. He could realistically make it in the squad. I don't think he'd make it in based on the other options we've got. But realistically, he could make it. Yeah, dodgy looking grounding, but I reckon that's alright. So finally the Warriors with a try. I'll play a trumpet because it's been a little while, hasn't it? At full time, can you check wire matches to end the season and do the same with Wakey FC? Who do you think will get top 6? Alright, I'll have a look. Did you mean that security guard from the chat? I mean the steward? I did not. I did not spot him. Forward with the next carry. The whistle has been blown. Silliness. Bit of silliness there from James Fisher-Harris. Oh, there's not much in that. Okay. The Bulldogs will go for 2. They'll make this 26-8. Well, 2 games this morning were incorrect. I think I did back the Dolphins to win, and that didn't work. But that was very unexpected. Very unexpected. And I had the Sharks to win. So, shit happens. I can get 6 out of 8. I need the Titans to win tomorrow. I've got them 13 plus actually. And then who was the last game? I've forgotten already. Eels. I went with the Eels. You did predict the Dragons beating the Sharks? Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know. The Sharks are baffling this season. They've got such a strong squad on paper. And they've been doing so much better in recent weeks, but they've just got that hint of stink to them. Kick's good from Crichton. That is 26-8. So, not quite in the 1 to 12 range yet. I did say 1 to 12. Do need a try from the Warriors. Already checked FC Wire and Wakey's last matches. Wakey have the best last matches by a mile. Yeah, it does look that way. 22 minutes to go, or just less, and we are back underway. 26-8 to the Bulldogs. The rain has, I think it's stopped for now. Well, the pitch conditions are awful. Yeah, they sometimes smell like a shark that you find that's been washed up on the beach for a week. Normally not on the UK beaches. Is that a regular occurrence there, over there? Sharks just washing up on beaches? Hayward, left to kick out, up towards the 30. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, interesting. That'll be a sight to behold. Burton kicks behind the 40. 40-20 here, maybe? Oh, no. Tarpiki's there, collects it on the full, over the 30. And he's getting pushed back. Now with Wateni Zelezniak. Plenty of Dogs players in the frame there to get him stopped. 21 minutes to go. Nickel Kluckstad now with Tuivasa-Sheck. Completion have been pretty good. 20 of 24 for the Warriors. 30 of 33 for the Bulldogs. 91% and 83%. Pretty good. Seen a few jellyfish wash up. Okay. Fair enough. Next carry through the middle from Clark. Up towards the halfway line and just over it. 20.5 minutes to go. Last tackle for the Warriors. Left to Harris DeVita. Kicks towards the back left. Kiraz underneath it. Takes it cleanly. Hands it off to Tuala. With a carry over the 20. Galvin's got his wrist wrapped up and some of his fingers as well. Crichton over the 30. 20 minutes to go. Final quarter of the game. And the whistle is blown for a Dogs penalty. Oh my God. The Warriors just... It just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. So penalty is into touch. Kiraz will tap this on the 40. Any second now. Taps, gives it to Preston. And he's already over the 30. Oh, we got to play it down. We've got a Waz player down. Capewell. He might be done. Doesn't look good. Honestly, the head contact didn't look too bad, but probably felt worse than it looked. It does look that way sometimes. It feels worse than it looks. Can we have a game without bad injuries? Rugby League 26 tomorrow? Maybe. I'm not too sure yet. I probably should do, just to consistently do it. But I'm not too sure yet. Zero flow for the Warriors? Yeah, I'd agree with that one. Too many mistakes, too many missed tackles. I think once you start moving the ball as well, once it gets to like just left or right of centre field, once you start getting away from centre field, it kind of breaks down. And there's like a bit of a disconnect, or the movement's not as clean, so yeah, it's not as effective moving the ball. Galvin switches back to kick out. Just short of the 10. Did he play for Fiji in the Pacific Championships last year? I don't remember if he actually played or not. It's a wayward pass, but Kiraz has it off to Tuala in the corner. Be surprised if he gets this one down, honestly. So close. So close. Kick out it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he did. But didn't he have a really bad campaign? Like, wasn't he? He was either really good or really bad. I think it was really bad, if I recall correctly. In centre field with Hayward, he goes right to Galvin. Kicks the ball through, hits a Warrior's leg again. A few of these kicks are just hitting legs at this point. Not really going through. Nice idea from Galvin. Had forward kicking goals for them. Who's the forward? Wasn't it Tane Milne was on a bunch of kicks, wasn't he? That's where the legend that is Tane Milne came from. He was nailing them. That game against Cook Islands, oh my god, he was nailing him left, right and centre. Guy from the Rabbitohs think Kickow had a shocker versus PNG. Yeah, I think it was Kickow that had like some really bad games. But it was Tane Milne that was on the kicking, at least against Cook Islands. That was one of the best individual performances I've ever seen from anybody. And he got a lot of shit when he was at the Bunnies, but he is now the legend that is Tane Milne. So we have 17 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Now with Clark through centre field. Fourth tackle coming up. Yeah, Milne played last year for the Rabbitohs. Milne played well and kicked well. The mighty Cook Islands indeed. Fish Harris with the next carry. Healy, now with Harris DeVita, hits the belly of the ball. Plenty of spin on this one. Taken cleanly by Kiraz though. Bumped into by Clark. Plays for Galvin, just short of the 40. Now with Rinikama. Been pretty quiet today, Rinikama. Plays this for Burton on the 40. Bronson Sherry up towards halfway. Up the Raro boys. Indeed, indeed. Cook Islands would have a mean team if they had all their potential players commit to them. That would be nice. Who would you say? Who can they have committing to them? Like, who would be eligible that would make them stronger? I know they've got Curran. I know he's eligible, but I'm not sure who else. Holmes? All right. He might as well. Back end of his career, is he going to make the Australia team? I don't know. He might as well have a go. Was Nickel Cluckstad eligible as well? Or there's somebody... Oh, wasn't Joey Manu? Didn't he play for them at some point as well, before he went to New Zealand? I know he's at Union, but there's talk about him coming back. Oh, yes, Kale Iddo. Thank you for reminding me. Sharks dude. Kale Iddo is also eligible. He didn't play last year, actually. 15.5 minutes to go. Tani Taupiki will kick on the last. It's going to bounce a couple times. Sits nicely for Jacob Kiraz. He's looked pretty reliable, pretty solid today. Damien Cook as well. They might as well. Honestly, Holmes, Nickel Clockstad will probably be in the New Zealand squad this year, won't he? But yeah, Holmes, Iro, Damien Cook, surely. Just Just play for him. Just play for him. Ethan Strange? Oh, maybe. They had... I didn't have Essen Masters playing at 6 last year for a bit. They had that other guy with the long name. Brad Takirangi was playing 7. They could do with some better halves. But Takirangi's normally... I mean... reliable-ish with the kicking game. But Ethan Strange would make him pretty good in the halves. Decent run threat. Manu would be eligible but hasn't played. Right, okay, gotcha. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck with a carry up towards the 40. 14 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Second tackle for the Warriors. I do need... I need a try and a kick here for the Warriors. To make it 1-12, because I did go with 1-12 for the Bulldogs. 14 minutes to go. Fourth tackle. Healy on his right to Stowers Smith. Over halfway. The ball pops out. It just gets worse. It just gets worse and worse and worse. It's not been a good day for the Warriors at all. Everything they're doing is just going wrong, unfortunately. Just everything. Cook Islands has beaten all the other Pacific teams except New Zealand and Australia. Not bad considering population of 15k. Yeah, good point. Good point. I'd like to see more options for PNG. It'd be nice if Xavier Coates could commit to them. I mean, he gets in the Australia squad pretty simply, but if they had players like Coates, that'd be great. 30 metres out. 6 again for the Bulldogs. In centre field with Hayward. Now with Hayes, it's going to be stopped 25 metres out. First tackle of this fresh set, 12.5 to go. Reid Marnie is on as well. Left to Hayward, across to Galvin, then across to kick out. Straightens up over the 20. He's stopped about 13, 14 metres out from the try line. 5-0 in terms of set restarts in favour of the Bulldogs. King goes right to Hayward, out the back to Galvin. Across to Kiraz, what a ball. Finish this, finish this. What a pass. What a cut-out ball. Was that Galvin? Or was it... I completely forgot who it was already, even though I literally just watched it. But what a ball that was. What a ball. Galvin to Kiraz. Tuala with a great step and a great finish. Well done. Bulldogs just been clean, just been clinical. That's going to be 30 with the kick to come. I reckon Crichton will get it, or Burton, whoever. So I'll just add the points on for now. I think PNG just needs more players exposed to first grade, either in NRL or Super League. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why is it said Marnie? Isn't that an Oz thing in England? It's Mahoney. I first said Mahoney. They just say Marnie. Like Mahani, but not really pronouncing the H as much. That's just what they say, and I don't know why, but that's just what they say. So that's what they go with. Giving up on the game. Bulldogs one of those teams I hate losing to, even more than the Roosters and Manly. Who do you not mind losing to? There's a question for you. Who do you not mind losing to? Yeah, mistake from Stowers Smith was not great. Turned the ball over. Stephen Crichton, 5 of 6 to date. Missed the first one, but clean ever since. Dolphins, if it's anyone. All right. The kick from Crichton to make it 32-8. The kick is good. Or Tigers or Dolphins, fair enough. I reckon a trumpet would be good. Oops. 1 second. Let me just test this real quick. Make sure that's good. Yes, okay. It's not full time yet, don't worry. I was just testing something. Tuala has also been pretty solid. Rinakama's the only one for the Bulldogs that I think has been quiet. I feel like a trumpet ice cream now. A trumpet ice cream? Is that a brand of ice cream? Trumpet? Because you got me. Because it ain't certainly ain't flavoured. Because that's just metal. 10.5 minutes ago, or just less. What happened here? Was it a knock on from Rog? I think so. Comes in a cone. All right, okay. Lovely. It's good. Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. I will try and get over there at some point. I want to at least go to one NRL game, whether it be, normal regular season game, Pacific Championships, State of Origin Grand Final. Any will do. As long as I can get to one, I'll be happy with that. But it's going to cost a fair chunk of money, so we'll see. So Marnie. Now with King through the middle. Any more points in this game? I think so. Possibly for the Bulldogs. They actually do look like scoring. Salmon gives it to Burton, who kicks towards the back left. Watene Zelezniak is coming back to recover it, but it goes into touch on the 10. Nice kick there from Burton, just to run more time off the clock. Will you be at the Ashes? Yes, I'll be at Game 2. I plan to stream Game 1 and Game 3, but I'll be at Game 2, which is at Everton. Nine minutes to go. Harris Tavita. Next carry through centre field. Up towards the 20 for the Warriors. Healy to Stowers Smith. Cleaner this time, maybe. Up towards the 30. Next carry, Healy scooting from dummy half up towards the 40. 8.5 minutes to go. Do you follow Union? I do not. If England's on in like a Six Nations or World Cup game, it's just on TV at the time, I might sit and watch it for a couple minutes. If it's the World Cup, I might pay a bit of attention to it, but I don't really. It's not for me. It's not for me. But I'm not one to bash it. I know a lot of league fans do like to bash it, and vice versa. But I think there's some good stuff in there. But I'm not. I don't want to put it down. Shift the ball left with the Bulldogs in possession now. Max King will be stopped on the 20. 7 minutes 40 to go. Burton. Cherry cuts back towards the middle. Now with Galvin, kicks the ball towards the post. Decent chase here from Kiraz and Galvin. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck grounds it in goal. And it's going to be a goal line dropout. T33 says, one more try, come on. Well, we might get one. Still confident in Dewars to make the 4, but the finals are another story. I think the Warriors will be fine for finals. Top 4, maybe not, because of the injuries. Kick through ball every 30 seconds. Jesus. Short dropout, and that's alright, that one, I think. Yeah, Warriors ball. Only got it this time. What's the point in a challenge? Is it just for a breather? Surely it's just for a breather, honestly. Oh, they're claiming it touched a Warriors player. Okay, fair enough. The thing that bothers me sometimes with, like, a lot of Union fans will say that league is predictable. It's 5 heads-ups and a kick. It's really not. Sometimes it can be because there's tactical reasons to it. But if there's a ruck in Union right in front of a try line, you know what's going to happen. You know it's going to be a kick. That is predictable. It just is. You know if there's a scrum, it's going to collapse straight away. Like, there's a lot in Union that is predictable. So when Union fans say that league is predictable, I say you need to look at your own sport, mate. Because we know when... First of all, there's too many kicks, and we know when the kicks are coming. Therefore, it's predictable. So Bulldogs retain the challenge, okay. Panthers got tough games ahead, and this year they aren't too great against top ladder teams. They're getting on a roll, though. They're getting on a roll. I wouldn't... I'd still be quite concerned about them. If you're a top 4 team or a top side playing against the Panthers now, I'd be worried. I would be worried. Capewell passed his HIA. Scrum for the Waz. Just over their own 10. Next carry from Clark through centre field. 6.5 minutes to go. Double header in a fortnight will be great. Oh yeah, the one that has the Raiders, Bulldogs, Panthers, and Storm. I can't remember which order, but yeah, that one. Yeah, that should be good. Talpiki, better room to run up towards the 40. Clark with the next carry up towards halfway. Amazed me how Union has such a bigger fan base in league. I guess it's just the history of it was like its presence in schools and league being slowed down in other areas, so it couldn't really flourish internationally. Things like that. I don't know the full history, but I know there's things about like Greece banned it for a while. Did France ban it for a while, possibly? And there was stuff to do with a certain regime during World War II. Didn't they have something to do with it as well? I think. So, Hughes with the next carry for the Warriors. Any more points in this game, maybe? As for Union, tried watching finals of Super Rugby, so slow, I can imagine. The big games, like the atmosphere looks so good. It looks incredible. And it makes you want to stay in it, but then you watch the game and it's like, I just can't deal with this pace of the game. So, just less than 5 minutes to go. The Warriors, 5 out from their own try line. Wateni's Lesnat with the next carry. Just over the 10. 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Make a wish. Done. It's locked in now. It's confirmed. It's going to happen. Stowart Smith. Up towards the 30. Indeed, indeed. Spreading it left. Massive hit. Two of us are shaking near the touchline. And he's dragged in touch. But we've got to play it down in backfield. Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was. What did you wish for? I can't tell you that. Because then it'll never come true. Well timed, actually, I'd say. It's a massive hit, but that's not late. Even slow motion, it's basically simultaneous. How are you saying that's a late hit? Oh my god. Ridiculous call. Penalty for the Warriors. Think me and you wish for the same thing? Maybe we did. If you got a commentary offer for Union, would you? Yeah, I think so. Could be like a foot in the door type thing. Because I'm not like aiming to do commentary for Rugby League. This is just part and parcel of live streaming. But I actually wouldn't mind the chance to do it. I'd actually kind of like to be able to do it just once. But I'm not like in pursuit of it. 6 again, 3.5 minutes to go. Warriors in possession, Stowart Smith. Can they hit double digits? Clark in centre field, spreading it left now. Harris DeVita kicks towards the back left. Straight into the hands of Tuala. What a pointless kick. The Warriors have been awful today. Awful. Burton in possession. Eventually brought down. Now with Rinakama over the 20. Bulldogs' next games run is Roosters. Oh my god, Roosters, Storm, Panthers, Sharks. Oh my god, that's a tough run. That is a tough run. Wow, if they can get an interception for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, so they will hit double digits. Welcome to the game, New Zealand. Welcome to the game. Well, it's something, isn't it? It's something. Did they get a try? Yes, they did. There was an interception from Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Oh, you had Tuivasa-Sheck to score a try, did you? I'm trying to think what I backed. I think I backed Kiraz to score a try, but I don't think he got one. I don't think he did. Or did he? Let's have a look. No, he did not. Kikau, Rinakama, Tuala, Crichton, and Tuala again. Yeah, I backed Kiraz for the try, but no good. 11.5 will hit, hopefully. Hopefully it should do. The kick is also good. You just don't want the Warriors to score again, basically. I kind of do for my 1-12 prediction. Oh, I need a try and a kick, actually. Need a try and a kick. So, collected by Capewell. Minute and a half to go. Warriors will get final possession of this game unless the Bulldogs get 1 or 2 plays. We will see. The Dragons can make the finals as well. Oh my god. Lussick. Then with Halasima, is that? No, it's not. It's Vaimalga. Healy. Back towards the middle with Clark. Then Harris DeVita. Across to Tarpiki. Bit of room to run here for Tani. Good meters up towards halfway. 2 more tackles in this set. A minute to go. 11k? Have I hit 11k? I have. Let's go. Thank you kindly, folks. That is 11,000 subscribers. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Damn. And there's a kick on the last of that. Clark. 35 seconds to go. Bounces backwards. Tuivasa-Sheck. Back to Capewell. Come on, Warriors. Capewell towards the post. Bounce off the post. Come on. Oof. Grounded in goal by Reid Marnie. Alright, that is probably going to be the end of the game. No more points in this one. Capewell's kick, just not quite, you know, not quite. Wasn't too bad, actually. There's just plenty of Bulldogs there in the way. 100k, here we come. Maybe. Maybe. If I get that plaque, it's going to go right there. So it's in view. If I get that 100k plaque, it's going right there on the wall. Terrible kicking options from the Warriors all game. Yeah, it's just all over. Too many mistakes from the Warriors. So yeah, that is full time. That is going to be full time. Too many mistakes from the Warriors. Too many missed tackles as well. There's a ridiculous number of missed tackles. The Bulldogs much cleaner in possession. They move the ball around really well. Considering the weather conditions, they move the ball around extremely well. And then defensively, very, very solid. Remove an interception, and that's, you know, single digits for the Warriors. But yeah, that's very clean, very professional, very well executed from the Bulldogs. Kicking game was good. But a lot of penalties given away from the Warriors too. But yeah, the Bulldogs were The Bulldogs were definitely deserving of that. The Warriors, they had a poor day. Let's say that, shall we? They had a poor day. Do you think it's your year next year? Well, it's our year every year, in case you didn't know. Just going to have to wait till Origin for 100k. Yeah. That'll be it. That'll do it. Enjoy your stream, brother. I'll be back again. Thank you, is Matt really? Thank you very much. Thank you for stopping by. It is greatly appreciated. I think Bulldogs took last week's loss harder. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They'd want to get it going again. Same with the Raiders. That was what I was thinking about them. Is you don't want to take a loss like that and then be slow. You want to get things going as soon as possible. Right, I will call that a day. I will go and get some lunch, and I'm streaming again at 2:45. So I'll be back in 2 hours and 15 minutes for Hull Kingston Rovers versus Casper Tigers, and then after that it's Huddersfield versus Catalans. So yeah. Thank you very much, Damus. Thank you very much indeed. Check the fixtures. Oh yeah. Right, so Warrington have Catalans next. We've got to win that one, and Huddersfield got to win that. Salford should win that. Leigh, that is winnable, but tough. Hull FC is a must-win. KR, the main positive about having KR last is that if they've already sewn up the League Leaders Shield, they might rest a bunch of players. That is the positive there. So with Hull FC, that's in our own hands. Leigh, we've shown that we can compete with them plenty of times this year already. We played them 3 times, one in the Challenge Cup. We've shown we can compete with Leigh, so we've got to do it again. So we can win the next 3 next 3 in a row. They are winnable. Leigh is possible. It's in our hands against Hull FC, and then KR might rest a bunch of players in the last round of the season if they've already sewn up the League Leaders Shield. So that is not too bad for Warrington. Then there's Wakefield. They'll beat Salford. Wigan could get the win there. Huddersfield, they should win. But even for us and them, they could be tricky. Castleford, they should win. Hull KR, maybe the same again. They can rest players, but likely they might have to play a strong squad for that one. And then Salford's an easy win. So Warrington pretty much need to be undefeated. If Wakefield's going to lose to anybody, it's Wigan, Hull KR, and maybe Huddersfield. Maybe, if they're on it. Hull FC, they'll beat Salford. We need Leigh to beat Hull. So Leigh's going to be a tough one. Saints and Leeds and KR, then Warrington, then Catalans. Catalans is the only one there where it's like, yeah, they should probably win that one. And of course Salford, but my God, that's a tough run for Hull. Leigh, Saints, Leeds, KR, Warrington. So I don't think it's actually that impossible for Warrington. It's situationally it works out fairly well, but yeah, we'll see. We will see. Right then, I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to go get some lunch and then chill before the back-to-back streams. But I do want to say thank you very much for stopping by. There was a donation earlier. That was from... Who was the donation from? Was it Britain that donated? I think it was. Yes, it was. It was Britain that donated earlier. Thank you very much, Britain, for that. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, I will see you in 2 hours and 15 minutes. Is open to a Salford win. I've already accepted that's not going to happen. But who knows? Could be a fight. Plenty of Reds for Hull. We will see. Kai Morgan masterclass incoming. Logan Lewis masterclass incoming, maybe. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. It is greatly appreciated. Getting more viewers on the NRL stuff, which is good. Which is very good. And thank you to you guys for staying along for the journey. Damus, Ismat Really, Dingle, Samarito, some of the regulars. T33, thank you. And if I don't see you again, have a great rest of your weekend. See ya.